G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat. This will be my Knackers Yard, and welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks. As I keep reiterating on this channel, this is my hobby. The channel is a byproduct, I would like to say I've been busy. I've just been doing other things, and I've hit several dead ends and lost my rag a couple of times and everything else. But by way of update, Blue is back on the road. Bit by bit, I've been drilling out the deadbolt on the crash bar on the engine mount. Got rid of it eventually. It took hours upon hours upon hours with not the best hand drills and not the best drill bits, but it's done and it's patched up and it's fine. Coincided, basically the weather turned and I kept looking outside thinking I could be out on a bike rather than under one. So it's back on the road. I've also chucked some paint on the rear box. It's a really bad job even for me, but it had a fairly significant damage on it and it now is better, but still shit. I might show you later, but it's a bit embarrassing, so I probably won't. But it's black rather than match with the blue, which does match with my panniers, which are up the back, which I did paint as well. So that's done. I've now got Mick, the XJ750, tucked away, because what I wanted to do was go through the death throes of the 750. Now, I did go to change the instrument panels, or the instruments clocks. I didn't try and start it before. I then tried to start it halfway through and got nothing out of it. The more I read on stuff, it kept referring to the clocks as a computer, which suddenly then led me thinking, is it doing any processing? I've no idea. So I chucked them back on and I give them a bit of a smarten up as well. I did then notice that actually the rev counter needles are fucked. But anyway, so I've chucked them back on. I've reinstalled them to try and get whatever was ailing me. Now, if you remember, I also did the valves as an attempt to try and get this back going. It just stopped playing. It just completely and utterly stopped turning over at various points, catching. At various points it started to, the button stopped working, so I've had a complete play round, got it all squared away. I did check the timing when I did the valves. Obviously the timing was bang on. So by that I mean the crank dots were up as it was showing top dead center, which is thoroughly fucking confusing, because the position I now found myself in, and it started to generate the clacking noise, the keys in a tumble dryer noise on startup, which, if you remember all the way back to about a year ago with Mick, the 650, was what forced me to do the clutch change, the starter clutch change, which you could only do from the bottom, which means a complete engine strip. I can't face doing it again on a 650, 750. It's essentially the same bike. I'll show you where I am. Everything's back on. I've cleaned the carb. It's the carb that was working fine with it, jetted at 2122. I should buy shares in Holt's Professional Cold Start, because you can't even get it working off that. You hear that rattle? That's the starter clutch. I can't even get a cough with starter fluid. I've got the filters on because it's really struggled to do anything previously with none at all, with no air restriction at all. We'll try on full choke to start with. I've checked spark, got spark. I haven't checked compression recently. Got spark on all four. I've been through the coils. I haven't done a compression tests, although debatable what that's going to show me. I can't remember what it was on this to start with. I've got a feeling it's low. Judged by my general patter and demeanour, that I'm giving up on this. Probably on Mick as well. I've got a lovely expensive exhaust on this that I will be selling separately, I think. And the sparks are pretty wet. I mean, it does. It sounds like it's trying. That's the frustrating bit. Where's my compression test? Yeah, so I've not uploaded for a little while because I've just not been playing with bikes. I've just been keeping myself busy with all sorts of other things, including building archery targets in the back garden. Yeah, I know. And there you go, just in case anyone doesn't believe that I was building an archery range. That's 2 pallets, a bit of fencing posts, jobs of fish. Yeah. It appears I might be a better carpenter than I am a mechanic, but that is a fucking low bar to clear. Yeah, it's been and has been incredibly frustrating, so I've just left it. Yeah, so it's low compression, but it's not terminal, and that is common across all 4, which means it's shit across the board, I suppose. But that's not a new thing, it's just stopped playing, and I have absolutely no idea why. Literally left it parked up for a week, then started to take all the clocks off and everything. I've checked all the electrics, I think we're all good, or as good as we're ever going to be. Yeah, just not playing. Quick start down there. It cause any fucking harm, is it? Well, he says it'll explode the engine. If I did it too much. Last thing I can think of, and it will be death throes, and it probably won't be on this upload, which is going to be a really shit one. I do apologise. In fact, bollocks, I don't. Yeah, on the 650, I could have. What I hadn't done is taken off the clutch and had a look at the, I don't know, outside edge, if you like, of the starting clutch. Because it had just pushed out, and I probably could have saved myself an entire rebuild on that if I just tried to push it back in and put the covering bolt on the other side. I have taken the side off this and had a look, and I can't see it. I did stick my endoscope around there. Sounds ruder than it should be. Got no real joy out of that either. As in, I could see it, but it didn't appear to be doing anything. I've just put it on prime again now. I did have it on reserve. It's getting fuel. I know it's getting fuel. In fact, it's proved that it's getting fuel. No, it's getting fuel. I can see it dripping now. Okay. I'm not sure if you could see that, but just unnipped the drain bolt. It's getting fuel through. No, fuck all. So, not now, because it's Sunday and I don't want to get my hands too dirty, frankly, because I'm namby-pamby like that. That's way too much. See that amount of starter fluid, and I'm not even getting a boo. Oh, I'm checking the headers, of course they're fucking cold. There's no exhaust fumes. Yeah, so the main reason it's together is because I want to take a photo of it. But I do need to get that good exhaust off first, because I'm not going to sell foam was full. Yeah, so I've probably got a day of stripping stuff off this and then just chuck it on the market as a project for somebody else, because I'm fucked if I'm doing another starter clutch. Particularly when I know that's part of the problem, but I don't know if it is the problem. And I'm not stripping an engine down again for a long time, hopefully. So, yeah, it's all a bit bollocks. So what? Right, looking forward, I'm going to get rid of this, get something else to play with. Now, this is where it gets really fucking difficult, where I am, i.e. the sort of Watford area. ULEZ has, or the ultra low emission zone expansion, has completely fucked my hobby. My hobby is playing with bikes. I love playing with bikes, it's great fun. However, I need a bike that I can ride. When I've got too many, I'll flog it off. You know, I'm not doing this to sell bikes. I'm doing this as a hobby, and then once my garage is full, I need to make a bit of space. So what? Well, with the ultra low emission zone, essentially anything pre about 2007, blue just sneaks under. About 2007, older than 2007. Is not ultra low emission zone compliant. Can be made compliant probably by going to one or two places now that do it, but at the cost of about 400 quid, which kind of, you know, precludes a lot of the work. I need a bike I can ride into London, and the ultra low emission zone starts about 400 yards from my house towards London. That completely kiboshes a large part of the market when it comes to reselling. Again, I don't do this to resell, but if that isn't an option, you know, there's no point in me having a bike or getting a bike that I can neither ride nor sell. I might as well just throw money into the wind. So it kind of restricts what I can do. So I'm looking around and I'll see what I end up with. I want to go smaller, not to ride necessarily, although I had great fun on the little 400. that I had previously. You know, big fun on little bikes and all that sort of stuff. I want to go smaller. I'm learning. This is the entire point of me sharing it, so that other people can learn too. I'll just whip that off prime because I've just seen a drip. Yeah, and I know I need to go back to basics, stop pissing around with big bikes like this, because quite frankly, as I've proven, 1980s four-cylinder bikes are too much for me. I don't know enough, so I want to go back to more basics and go for smaller bikes, but they need to be you know, ULEZ compliant, and you know, ideally running rough. I could make a rough running bike run better. It's just getting them off the road and onto the road is currently beyond me. Right, that'll do me. Cheers all. Apologies for the long, no, bollocks, not apologies for the long delay. I took some much needed time off playing with bikes and doing stuff with family and the like, which is much needed. That'll do me. I'll catch you later on. Ta-da.